What is currently happening in the Nashville real estate market as of early February 2023? There are a ton of headlines out there that are trying to sell you a story, but we're going to be taking a look at what's actually happening here in the Middle Tennessee area. All of that and more in today's video. Everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin Martin and I am a local Nashville realtor and founder of the Caitlin Martin team powered by Weichert Realtors, the Andrews Group. I specialize in working with savvy sellers who want to sell right and sell smart, as well as working with out-of-staters looking to relocate to the Middle Tennessee area. Now, if this is your first time stopping by my channel, thank you so much. Please feel free to click subscribe down below so that you are notified every time I release new video content, which is going to be on Tuesdays and Fridays at 5 p.m. Central Time. Also, feel free to head on over to Instagram and follow me at Caitlin Martin Realtor. You can also follow the team Instagram at the Caitlin Martin team, where you'll get updates on all things Nashville, including, of course, the real estate market. So you can find us over there as well. Now, in today's video, we're going to be diving into what do you need to know about the Nashville real estate market, what's actually happening here. Kind of like I've said before in previous videos, but maybe this is your first introduction to my channel. What happens in real estate is hyper local to each individual town, each individual city. Yes, there can be headlines that can give you broad generalizations about what happens on a national scale, but really and truly real estate is a hyper local industry because what's happening in one neighborhood or one part of town can be different than what's happening in another. So before you allow the headlines to scare you, just know Nashville, we're still moving right along. But we are going to be diving into statistics. And when you hear the statistics, it can automatically start to sound negative, but we're really going to be talking about the context of those statistics, what you need to know, plus what activity we've been seeing in the market in the last couple of weeks. Because of course, you know, the market can change week to week, which we've quite literally seen that happen. So we're going to be talking about all of that. So let's first dive into the statistics that have come out from the Greater Nashville Realtors Association. Now they come out every single month. They take a look at the month before, compare it to the same time last year. So we're going to be taking a look at those statistics first. So when we compare January of 2023 to January of 2022, home sales were actually down 31%. So when we look at that in terms of actual numbers, that's gonna be a difference of around 800 less closings compared to January of 2022. So when you start to hear things like home sales are down, automatically that starts to trigger fear, but there's no need for fear here. So what is contributing to this? Well, you have to remember, when we were going into January 2022, we were still very much in the white hot part of our market. We really hit an explosive period in our market from March of 2021 all the way through April of 2022. Towards the end of April 2022 is when we started to see the brakes get hit on our market just a little bit. But really what we saw for about 13 months, that kind of insane growth, it was driven by crazy high demand, insanely low inventory levels, plus the fact interest rates were better then than what they are now. So you had all of this. I mean, we are continuing to see a massive relocation population come into the Middle Tennessee area, which is part of driving that massive demand. And then you pair demand with low supply levels, that all made for this perfect storm of what really led to our white hot market, where we saw homes go with 30, 40 offers on them. Not all, but a lot of homes were going with multiple offers and going exceedingly over list price. So when you're looking at that January of 2022 compared to our January of 2023, you know, the markets were different. Our market is not tanking at all. It is not tanking. I know a lot of times when people say home sales are down, they automatically think recession and tanking and all of this. Our market's not tanking. we're just sitting in two different markets. And again, we're down about 800 closings from the same time last year. And you have to remember, the homes that closed in January of this year were most likely put under contract in late November or December, because closings here, they're generally around 30 to 45 days. So you got to go back to what was happening at the back half of 2022. And we all know that interest rates were going high. We all know that the way that the market was moving was starting to scare a lot of people. So some people hit the brakes. So that also contributed to the lesser amount of homes closing in January. But even though we saw the number of home sales go down for this January, inventory is actually up and home prices are continuing to go up. Now, when we were in that white hot part of the market, homes were appreciating at about 4% a month. I mean, truly, appraisers were actually having to add a market line in their appraisal to adjust for that 4%, because that's how our market was moving. But the good news is, just because home sales are down, that doesn't mean that prices are going down. Are we seeing price reductions? The answer is yes. But you have to understand a couple of things about pricing. So when our market went white hot, of course there was a price that the market dictated, but then on top of it, and I've mentioned this in previous videos, but then on top of it, you add a piece of that pricing that was actually owned by the buyer. The buyer was saying, hey, it may be listed at this, but I'm gonna pay this because I want this house. And in that market, that's what was being asked of buyers. So buyers owned a chunk of that pricing above what the market was dictating. So now that our market is stabilizing, now that our market is returning to normal conditions, because what we had seen was abnormal and not sustainable, but now that we're returning to those more normalized market conditions, now the pricing is just readjusting to what the market is truly dictating. But the good news is, if you're looking at the average and median home sale prices for January of 2022 compared to those of January 2023, we have seen home pricing go up. So if you're actually looking at the median home sale price of all homes in the Middle Tennessee area that falls within our MLS, the median price for a single family home in all of Middle Tennessee as of January 2022 sat at $425,000. Now, if we compare the median home sale price for all of the homes in the Middle Tennessee area that's a part of our MLS system for a single family home, the median home sale price for January 2023 was sitting at $450,000. So homes have gone up. We've seen the same thing happen with condos. In 2022, the median home sale price for a condo was sitting at $308,000. Now in January of 2023, the median price for a condo is at $325,000. So our price is stabilizing, yes, but home values have still continued to go up. See, so I know that I've referenced all of Middle Tennessee, but let's actually take a look at Williamson County and what's happened in Williamson County. So in Brentwood, Franklin, and Nolensville, we're gonna take a look at those statistics as well. Okay, so if we are looking at the median home sale price in Brentwood for a single family home as of January 2023, the median home sale price was $950,000, which is up 9.2% from the same time last year. Now, the median home sale price for a single family home in Franklin as of January 2023 was $817,000. And that's actually up 16.4% from the same time last year. And then of course, let's also look at Nolensville. Now, the median home sale price in Nolensville was $767,500. And that's actually up 30.6% from the same time last year. Now, we were talking about median. Let's take a look at the average home sale price in Brentwood, Franklin, and Nolensville. So in Brentwood, as of January 2023, the average home sale price in Brentwood was $1,267,804. That's up 17.7%. Then we go to Franklin. The average home sale price in Franklin was $1,537,900. $5,366. That's up 11.7%. And then of course, gotta head to Nolensville. The average home sale price in Nolensville was $808,990. That's actually up 31.3% from the same time last year. So home prices are stabilizing. Inventory is actually up, but home values continue to appreciate in the Middle Tennessee area. Now, I just mentioned that inventory is up, so let's actually take a look at that number because that statistic is kind of crazy. So our inventory levels in the Middle Tennessee area are actually up 144% from the same time last year. So last year we had just 3,510 homes on the market versus January of this year, we had 8,572 homes on the market. So inventory is going up. So what does all of this mean? It means for buyers, you have more opportunity now than you had a year ago. There are more homes on the market, which is great news, which means there's less multiple offer situations happening. Now, I say less because here's the thing. We're talking about these statistics, right? How home sales are down and inventory is up. So it makes it sound like things have kind of evened themselves out. But here's the thing, in the last couple of weeks with the stabilization of interest rates, we have watched a new fresh push of buyers come into the market. So some homes for open houses, even where at the beginning of January and even in December, people were having really, really low turnout with open houses. Now they're seeing 30, 40 groups of people come through open houses. So as you can see, we've started to have more buyers come into the market. There are more people out shopping when it's traditionally a slower time of year for home shopping. But we believe that because interest rates have leveled off, they've come down a little bit, they've stabilized, that has helped driving new fresh interest into our market. And we are headed into our traditional spring selling season. So we do have, like I've mentioned, we've got a big relocation population that continues to come in. And a lot of times they're wanting to land here by summer, by the beginning of summer, so that they can get their kids here and acclimated and ready for the school year. So what does this mean? Well, we do have more inventory, so there is more opportunity for buyers. With rates leveling off, it is a great time to purchase. But of course, buyers, keep in mind the fact that we do know that we're getting ready to head in that spring selling season where we're going to see more demand come into our market. That has the opportunity to then push back towards multiple offers. Does it mean that it's going to go $100,000 over asking? No, it does not, but it means that if you like something, whereas, in the past couple of months, you've had a couple of days, maybe even a week or so to think about it before making a move, now it's going to require, as we head into spring, more timely decision making. It doesn't necessarily mean that things are going to pop off and go crazy again. It just means that we are now, just within the last 2 weeks, starting to see a refreshed push, a new set of buyers coming into the market, which does mean more potential competition for you. It does not mean our market, again, is going to go out of control. It just means that whereas we kind of saw the brakes really start to hit towards the end of 2022, now we are really starting to see things take off. The number of homes going under contract has increased. The number of buyers that we see turning out for open houses has increased. So we are seeing a renewed sense of action taking place in our market. So with this renewed push, right, we have to kind of look at a couple of things, because one thing that people continue to say is like our market's just going to completely crash. Here's the thing. Are we immune from a crash? We're not completely insulated or immune from something bad happening. However, we continue to have a lot of local factors working for us that do provide us nice protection within the Middle Tennessee area, to where we are not as affected as, say, other cities, other towns across the US that maybe don't have the same factors going for them. So what are those? Relocation. We continue to see more and more people choose Middle Tennessee to be their new home. Why are they choosing the Middle Tennessee area? They're either moving for business, they're either maybe relocating their business headquarters here. People are moving for jobs, people are moving for personal reasons. The fact that Tennessee has no state income tax, we have lower property taxes, people's money goes further here in the Middle Tennessee area than it does than a lot of the other places where they're coming from. So it puts more money back in their pocket, which of course makes great economic sense considering what's happening on the national economy scale. People are continuing to choose to move to the Middle Tennessee area just for lifestyle reasons, for the different types of property that they can get here. We've got city living, we've got suburban living, we've got farm living, we've got lake living. We have a lot to offer, so it's not just a one size fits all. We've got a little bit of something for everybody, which makes it a really great opportunity for a lot of people. Nashville is very startup friendly, so a lot of times people are moving here and starting businesses because we are a business tax friendly state. There's a lot of reasons. We've got so much going for us. We have a great local economy. Our unemployment rate continues to sit below the national unemployment rate, which means that we have a lot of great job opportunities. Like I've said, businesses are relocating their headquarters here. When they do that, that's bringing jobs with them. So there is great job opportunities for people here. We have a lot working for us, which does provide us more protection. We are expected to have another 200,000 people here by 2025, and we're supposed to have another 1 million people come to the state of Tennessee, move to the state of Tennessee by 2040. That's from a study from the University of Tennessee. And of those 1 million people, 57% of them are going to be landing in the Middle Tennessee area. So what does that mean? We are going to see, because people are continuing to move here, and the reasons why they're moving here, it doesn't look like those reasons are changing anytime soon. So you have the people moving in. Well, as people move, they need a place to live. Will all of them buy? No, of course. Some are going to rent. Some will start renting and then they'll buy. But again, we've got people continuing to move here, which means more people here, which means more demand on housing, which as people continue to move, that's going to continue to help home values appreciate. Are we expected to have crazy appreciation again this year? No, we're not. Again, normal and stabilizing are going to be key words this year. So we do expect homes to continue to appreciate, just at much more normal rates. And in fact, if you actually zoom out and you look at what has happened to home values over the last 30 years, yes, we've seen dips here and there, but overall home values continue to go up. So right now, if you're looking at moving here, one thing to consider is home values and the appreciation. If you are hoping for a quick turn on money, if you plan to get in and get out, that is not the game to play right now. The game to play is a longer term game. If you're looking to move here, we can't tell you exactly where home values are going to sit a year from now, but within 3 years, within 5 years, you're going to be continuing to sit on more and more equity in your home. And if we're looking at interest rates, lenders are anticipating that we're going to be more stabilized in our interest rates, especially as panic has started to subside. So we have a lot going for us in the fact that our market is going to continue to move. Springtime is coming, which means we're going to see another influx of buyers coming in addition to that kind of new fresh buyer pool that we've seen enter the market in recent weeks. Rates are stabilizing, which makes it still a great time to be able to purchase. If you are a seller, we are still in a seller's market. Do buyers have more negotiating power? Absolutely. We are seeing buyers get new roofs credited by the seller. We are seeing sellers contribute to closing costs. There's a lot of negotiation power for the buyers right now. But as a seller, it doesn't mean it's a bad time to sell by any means, because our average days on market as of January of this year was sitting at 62 days. Anything that is less than 5 months days on market is still considered to be a seller's market. When you're sitting in that 5 to 6 month range, you're considered to be in a neutral. 6 months and beyond of just, that's saying If it takes 6 months or more for a house to sell, that's considered to be a buyer's market. So buyers have more opportunity, even though our days on market still dictate that we're in a seller's market. There's still more negotiating power. So that is something to keep in mind. As a seller, if you're thinking about selling, again, it doesn't mean it's a bad time. It just means that we're not in the market where sellers got exceedingly over list price and they got the sun, the moon, and the stars and all inspections and contingencies waived. That's not what our market is dictating right now. But there is so many sellers right now, even in the Nashville area, are still sitting on a great amount of equity, which means that even with selling, that they're going to be able to make a profit. But here's the one hesitation that we're starting to see from sellers is that, if they bought when interest rates were historically low, it can feel hard to trade up and buy a new house with a higher interest rate. So we are kind of watching that in terms of playing into houses, whether they do come to the market or not. That's something that sellers are considering. But if you're thinking about selling, it does not mean it's a bad time. It is still there's still absolutely opportunity for sellers. You just have to be real. You just have to realize that our market has shifted. We've normalized. So there's going to be more negotiation happening. But at the end of the day, you can still reach the closing table and be happy with what you have received. There's still absolutely opportunity, and there are still buyers coming, which means there is still going to be interest on your property. So if you are thinking about making a move to the Middle Tennessee area, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Myself and my team, we specialize in working with relocation buyers, and we would love to partner alongside you to help you make that move. If you're ready to start the conversation, you can actually click a link down below where you can go ahead and book a Zoom call with me to go ahead and start that conversation. But if you're not quite ready for that, that's okay too. I do have a free Nashville relocation guide down below. If you ever need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My name is Caitlin Martin. I'll see you next time.